We've all seen them, bandwagon fans. Well, here's a perspective from the Caribbean. Top 5 ways to spot a bandwagon fan. Number 5 on our list, the merchandise fans. Sure, we have fans, don't get me wrong, they go around, they buy their jerseys, they buy their gear, and they are legitimate fans. They are fans. I'm one of them, maybe. No, I am. But basically, there's a lot of fans that go around and they buy gear, and they're legit. They've been supporting their teams, they buy the authentic jerseys, the flags. But then there are the other kinds, and we know them. You see them at all the trendy get-togethers when there is a big game, usually a Champions League final. These people come out of their cracks like little bandwagoners, little demons, come out of their little cracks, and they are like, oh well, listen, you know, I have this Real Madrid flag, and they have all the merchandise. They are usually the loudest people there. They usually say in generic phrases like, I like this team forever and ever.
I hate them. They're horrible, horrible people.
They have all the flags, all the merchandise, and guess what? When their team loses, they are nowhere in sight. You know, kudos to the people that support their team and buy merchandise and support their teams, but nobody drives people crazy and legitimate fans crazy than those bandwagon fans who just literally buy everything in sight just to make it seem like they are legit. They are overcompensating and they are trying really hard, and we know how annoying that is, to prove that they are a fan. And guess what? You could buy a $30 jersey that has Real Madrid and crayon or whatever your team is and have more respect for you than a guy who pays $1,300 and buys the entire store and does not know the last time Real Madrid won a Champions League, which was last year. Number 4 on our list, the social media fans, the seasonal fans. So, for football fans, there's a World Cup, there's a Champions League, there's whatever. For 4 years, you do not see these people. They are nowhere in sight. And building on our last point, they are like just a step upwards from the merchandise fans. You never see these people. They are nowhere to be found. And they usually pop up in social media places. You see them in all the sports bars, all those places for the big games, and they usually say generic things when their team loses. Oh well, it's just a game, don't worry about it. 99% of the time they usually don't know what's going on. They always use generic statements like, I have been supporting insert team here long time, whatever that team is. They usually go around and when their team loses, they vanish just as quickly as they came, and the next time you see them, guess what? They are wearing the jersey of the other team, and also you will see them in every picture and every social media site jumping around in the middle of all the get-togethers when the team that they are supporting for the last 5 seconds wins. These are the most annoying people ever, and they drive me crazy, and one of the dark sides of social media. If you want to find out, go on social media right now and look at the last Champions League or World Cup, and I bet you'll know how to spot them. Number 3, Google fans. We're in the world of the internet, social media, Google, where you can literally just find out anything, and unfortunately it has reared its ugly head in the world of football. We all know these people. When you go to a certain setting in Trinidad, we call it Hangouts or Lyman. Check it out. I'll explain what that means later on. Basically, these guys or gals go around and they quote statistics off the top of their heads, and they compensate for not knowing by simply Googling, and they quote a lot of statistics. And the problem with these people is that they mislead you into thinking that they're very knowledgeable, and they suck you in. You really believe that these people know what they're talking about. They'll tell you, well, you know, XYZ has scored XYZ goals, whatever. And they usually run in a corner real quick, Google, and they know nothing. These people are the worst because you really believe they're fans. You get sucked in like a real con man, and truthfully, they have knowledge, but they are not fans. And this is one of the dangerous things about Google. They know everything, but they know nothing at the same time. Truly infuriating when you hear someone who you know is supporting a team literally 10 seconds ago. They have all the facts, and they are quick to let you know that if you're a real fan, you'll know these things. And truthfully, that's the scary part, because it's very hard. They are chameleons, and it is very difficult to tell them apart. They usually have really long posts on social media when they're having arguments. They are quick to jump to statistics, but the real fans could spot them from a mile away. And genuinely, they are few and far between. Google fans, you deserve a very dark place in a corner somewhere. Number 2, the diehards. Yes, like many other people on this wonderful list of annoying people, the diehards. These are the people that go around and they're loud, they're obnoxious, and they say very generic phrases like, I've been a fan of insert team here once again from day one. You know, what has your team won? They are quick to, you know, throw trophies at you and say, oh, my team has won XYZ. What has your team won? Well, guess what? These people are not die-hard fans. They are running around and they are aggressive about the team that they've been supporting for the last 5 minutes. We all know them. They come in your face and they tell you, my team has won this trophy and that trophy, and I love this team and I've been supporting them since forever. Apparently forever means the last 5 seconds. And really what these people are, well disguised people who really, if you cut it down and look at them for what they really are, all they support are winning teams.
Alright, is that what they're calling it now? Because it used to be called when I was growing up.
You suck. So number one on our wonderful list of crappy, annoying bandwagonist people are the overnight fans. So technically, let's not be hypocritical here. We all started somewhere. We all saw that team that we loved and was like, oh, I fell in love with that team. And usually it's a team that's winning. Now let's be real. People who live in certain countries, you know, they are born and bred to support certain clubs. But to an extent, everybody who loves a particular team fell in love with that team somewhere. So with the logic out of the way, let's get into the real nitty-gritty. Overnight fans are the worst. You know why? Because they are the combination of all the things we spoke about in our list. They grab all the merchandise, they just come out of nowhere, and usually 99% of the time, they don't even care about football, a lot of them, they just come out of anywhere. And most recently, to quote some examples, this is not for the legit fans, so don't cry. I'm looking at you, Chelsea, Manchester City fans, you guys who just jumped on a team because it was popular right now, and that's all it is. Don't try to tell me that you love this team and you were in there in crisis. They were winning, you saw that they were winning, you jumped on board, that's why you like them. And guess what? When they lose, those same fans are silent. You don't hear a word from them. They go around and they usually go and Google a whole bunch of annoying things to say to appear as if they're fans, and they're not. They are the merger of annoying, stupid things in football. They are not legitimate fans. You feel, I wish there was like some sort of DNA test where you could spot them when you go to get-togethers and just get rid of them, because they just take up space, infuriate real football fans, and make no mistake, real football fans can't spot them. They are truly the worst. They become fans of teams overnight. And the thing is, that's fine. Just keep it to yourself. So definitely, the overnight fans are truly the worst kinds of bandwagon fans. So there you have it, folks. That's number one on our list of crappy bandwagonist fans. So once again, this is Andres Soklal of EXTV telling you our top 5 ways to spot a bandwagon fan in the Caribbean.
Thank you for watching another episode of Extra Time TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can also check us out on Facebook and Instagram. We'll leave the links below.